Who wants to hunt some more fired bullets? I gotta be honest with you, I am running out. So if you want this series to keep going, you gotta subscribe. You gotta tell me where these things are. Both MTA Madness and R211B Train rail fans said there might be a diamond of some kind here at Court Street, so let's give it a shot. I've already checked the 3 entrances up there, nothing. So let's go onto the platform. But first, I want to thank JetFan92 for the Patreon subscription. Appreciate you. Wow, I forgot it's an elevator platform. Does this elevator smell like pee?
Going down.
There are people in this elevator. I will rate it with voiceover. It is a 5-star elevator. Good voice, good light, good space, good clean. 5-star elevator. Nope, nothing on that R. Nope. Next train, this way. Nothing here at the end of the platform. Let's go check upstairs. This sign is stickerless, 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 stickerless. Oh, another elevator. Huh. Does this elevator smell like pee? Door's taking a long time to close. It's already been like 10 seconds. There it goes. Okay, minus a star for that. But dang, man. Smells like nothing. Well lit. Well, it's pretty spacious. This would be like a 5-star elevator if it wasn't for that slow door. 4 stars. Dang. That's a shame. Even though it's dirty, I mean, it's used. You know what? 3.75. Not perfect. Okay, no diamond. I've checked every platform. I didn't check all of the entrances, but I feel like pretty safe to say it's gone if it was ever here. I stopped here at Decalp Avenue because there's something that Airline Flyer pointed out when we did our collaboration on the new Acela Avelia Liberty train. We've already gone over the brown M a number of times, but we haven't gone over the specific details on this little light box that we can use to date it. Like I said before, now the M was brown for longer than it has been orange, and it had been coming to Brooklyn since even before it was brown. Here's a 1977 map that shows the light blue M passing through Decalp Avenue. But these light boxes are not that old, and I know that because this map shows the M following the Brighton line to Coney Island. That's the BQ line today, but this light box says the M via 4th Avenue. That's the current NR line. So when did the M reroute to the 4th Avenue line? April 26, 1986. But that's when the M was shifted to the 4th Avenue Express track. This box says 4th Avenue Local. So, drum roll please. M service was switched to 4th Avenue Local track on May 31st, 1994. But I don't think these boxes are even that old. There are 17 of these light boxes throughout the station. 8 on the Manhattan-bound platform and 7 on this Brooklyn platform, because one of them has been removed for whatever reason. A few of them still even work to varying degrees, and you can see on the Manhattan-bound side where it says Nassau, that would have been the northbound M. So here's what I think. These were installed during Decalp Avenue's most recent major overhaul between 2004 and 2006, when they repaired staircases, retiled walls, and upgraded the lights and public address system. I think these silly, useless boxes are only about 20 years old. Prove me wrong. All right, on to Atlantic. It's time to rock down to Atlantic Avenue. I love it when system signage is tiled into the wall like this, like it'll remain that name forever. Here at the DNR stop at Atlantic Barclays, you can see the mosaics on the far wall where it still says Pacific Street. But I'll be quick with this one. The Pacific Street station opened June 22nd, 1915. In 1979, it was brought under the same fare control as the Atlantic Avenue station, and the whole station was renamed Atlantic Avenue Pacific Street. So Pacific Street Station doesn't officially exist anymore because in 2009, the MTA sold the naming rights. I've actually been here long enough to remember when this was called Atlantic Avenue Pacific Street, not Barclays Center. And this beautiful tile work has been rendered obsolete, but it's still so nice to look at.
Can you say hi?
Gentlemen want to say hi? Kids on a field trip, gotta love it. Next stop, 7th Avenue. Gotta go to the Atlantic Avenue side of the station to do that. Thanks to Pika Pika D2 for reminding me of that little treat at Pacific Street. Okay, I'm pretty sure this next one has to be a troll, but Wilson Ettery says there is a yellow B and a yellow D here at 7th Avenue. I feel like if that was the case, somebody would have already mentioned it. I would have seen it before, but I'm still going to give it a look. I didn't find a yellow D or yellow B here. Feels like someone would be up there. But I feel like they might be on this crossover if they exist. I think this passage was closed well before the yellow B and D existed though. But I did find something super interesting. If you peek through the hole of this door blocking the closed mezzanine, there's some pretty interesting stuff going on back there. You can see what appears to be a 12 tiled into the wall. Now the BMT used to use route number designations long ago. Maybe this is from that? Or maybe it's just painted on there, I don't know. I'll leave this one to the subway sleuths in the comments. Maybe I'll do it in a future video, but for now, let's go on to Avenue H. Toot toot, down the Brighton line. John Aviation 839 says there is a little box on this Manhattan-bound side of the station that says the queue still goes to Queens. I assume he means this sort of box right here. Manhattan this way. These little eye-level column signs are fun because sometimes the MTA just sort of forgets about them. Both of these still say Manhattan and Queens, but we all know the queue now goes to 96th Street, so this predates the 2nd Avenue subway first phase. Avenue H was completely renovated between 2009 and 2011, as were all the stations on the Brighton line. When renovation was completed in 2011, the Q train still terminated in Astoria, Queens. But Phase 1 of the 2nd Avenue subway and the subsequent reroute of the Q to 96th Street in Manhattan happened January 1st, 2017. So now these cute little signs that got stuck here back in 2011 are only 14 years old and already obsolete. So we've seen some relics, but we haven't really seen any fired bullets yet. You know what? Let's go into the GoGo Supertow archives and look for some actual fired bullets. July 17th, 2022, I caught a glimpse of this orange S roll sign. That weekend, the MTA was running the Q along the Sea Beach Express line, and between Coney Island and Prospect Park, they were running shuttle trains. To avoid confusion, I guess, with the actual Q train, conductors rolled out every S bullet they could find on these R68 and R68A rolling stock. Most of them were yellow, but this one was orange, indicating it was formerly used as the 63rd Street 6th Avenue shuttle. Not to be confused with the yellow 63rd Street Broadway shuttle from before. 6th Avenue is the F line in Manhattan. This shuttle bullet was first used between 1986 and 1988 during the first phase of the Manhattan Bridge reconstruction. At that time, the existing Grand Street shuttle was extended to 57th Street 6th Ave and, at least on this map, bulleted orange. Then in 1997, it was used as the 63rd Street shuttle between 21st Street Queensbridge and 2nd Avenue. Here's a 1997 map. So where is it? Not on here, because this orange S ran exclusively overnight from 1997 to 98 and then 1999 to 2000. It wasn't until the Manhattan Bridge North Tracks closure of 2001 that the orange S appeared on the map again, running 24 hours a day between 21st Street Queensbridge and Broadway Lafayette Street, replacing the BQ service that formerly served the 63rd Street line. Then, on December 2001, the orange S was fired! The 63rd Street connector to the IND Queens Boulevard line opened and the F took over. Quick related note, between August 2023 and March 2024, the shuttle lived again while the 63rd Street tunnel underwent repairs.
Queensbridge bound F shuttle train. The next and last stop is
The F shuttle. But by this time, the entire F fleet was more modern R160 rolling stock. So when I rode that shuttle, it was always bulleted digitally as F, not an orange S. Come to think of it, 2022 was a good year for spotting fired bullets, because that's when I spotted this green 8 while taking all nighttime trains. I was like, what? Because this 8 bullet was only used. It was never used. Some of you are probably in the comments like, blah, blah, 3rd Avenue local, right? No. Well, here's a 1972 Vignelli map. The 8 is blue, but the 8 bullet on this R62 is hunter green, indicating it was meant to be part of the current Lexington line. That's the 456 line right now. Not to mention these R62s only entered service in 1983. No, this 8 was installed on these roll signs on a maybe we'll need it, I don't know, basis. MTA is always looking ahead, right? There are some current proposals to create an 8 service, but this roll sign hasn't seen official use ever. Hey, never start working, never be fired, am I right? I do have one more current year bonus for you here at Bergen Street. Van Wyck 24 came up with 2 whole big lists of ideas. Most of them are very much maybes, but I decided to give this one at Bergen Street a try. The Culver Express ran from the lower level here at Bergen Street to Church Avenue and on to Kings Highway starting in 1967. And this lower level hasn't been operational for a long time. Express service ended for this station in 1976. 3 years before the F became the orange bullet we know today. So back in 2020, I'm just going to test and see if this door is locked. It's not. I opened this door on the Bergen Street southbound platform and saw this express train tiling. This has got to be at least 68-year-old tiling. As of 2025, the MTA is doing some kind of construction down there, so I don't even know if the tiling is still up. But hey, it's accessible through the door on the other side of the platform there. There's no harm in just opening the door to have a look, right? Just don't go in, that's trespassing. So that's Bergen Street for you. And that'll do it for number 4. I'm out of bullets. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. But there's a rule now. You have to be specific about where the fired bullet is. I can't just go around looking randomly. You have to tell me what platform, where it is on the platform, and you have to be certain it's there. Today I took a bunch of L's. It's not entertaining for you. So tell me where some fired bullets are. And remember, leave your car at home. Go back in time and take the Culver Express. In the meantime, if you want to see more fired bullets in the future, subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell.